It's now 2 decades since a broken police officer who couldn't walk properly and was told he would never walk properly again did something out of desperation, but from it came inspiration. Without really knowing what he was doing, he fumbled into a method for creating change and transition and transformation that's actually been around for thousands of years, which people today still ignore. But using this method, he was able to go from being obese, clinically depressed, and physically broken to healed, strong, and six-pack abs in just 12 weeks. He also went from being utterly unemployable to become the director of a startup business, world travel, a six-figure revenue in just 18 months. And he did it on his own with no previous experience, no formal educational qualifications. How? By using the power of goal setting. Hi, I'm Paul Ballard, the founder of the PB Group. And yes, I think you probably guessed it, but that former police officer I just talked about was me. And for 2 decades now, I've been blessed and privileged to get to talk about, teach, and coach the power of mindset and goal setting when it comes to either making or responding to change and transition and transformation on both a personal level and also professional level too. In short, I help to make shift happen, working hand in hand with clients from over 80 cities and 30 countries around the world. Together, we get shift done. Now, what I love about this time of year is that almost everyone gets on board with the idea of finally making a change or two. To be honest, at other times of year, the gap between those who want to see change and those who are willing to change is a little bit too wide to manage. But right now, the gap is shorter and it's easier to reach everyone with this really important message about what's possible when we get serious about making positive changes. So today, I want to grab this opportunity to teach you how to relegate those rubbish resolutions into the bin and instead go from goals to great. Not only at this time of year, but all year, every year, and for every goal. Does that sound good? You see, anyone can set a goal, but few will set a goal and stay in the game long enough to see it through to its achievement. Statistics tell us that those people who rely on resolutions in January will regret it in June, because by February, almost everyone who set a resolution will have quit. And now they get to face yet another year, just like last year, and the one before that, and the one before that. I mean, be honest, how many of us have caught ourselves making a new resolution or even setting a goal that we set last year, but it still wasn't resolved? We still haven't made it happen. It's really deflating and it's really disappointing to find ourselves year on year making the same resolution. Now, the great news is that goal setting as a process is the most potent and proven process that exists to set and actually achieve your goals. Even better news is, although goal setting isn't something we're inherently born with, it is a skill that we can learn and develop over time. Think of it like a muscle. If you exercise it regularly, it gets easier and it grows stronger and stronger and becomes a tool that you can just use without even thinking about it. So the question is, how do you flex that muscle in a way that makes it stronger and helps you to achieve your personal and professional goals more easily? Well, in this video, I'm going to share a few tips with you on how to do just that. So to begin with, all goal setting should start with a pen and a notebook. The next step is get serious. Guys, this is your chance to define your next 1, 3, 5, or even more, 10, 15, 20 years of your life. So get serious about this. Take it serious. Not somber, but serious, like you would with a business goal or a business objective. You wouldn't take a chance on any of that. So now that we're talking about business and personal goals, let's get really serious on this and ask yourself, pen in hand, what do I want? I mean, really, what do I really want? Now, that's quite a broad question when you think of your life overall, and it can be a little bit overwhelming for people. And they say, oh, I don't really know. And they can't really pinpoint anything. So now, for adults, it's really important that you don't ask yourself what you think you can get. Don't say, what do I think I can get given my current qualifications or situation in life? No, 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 no. That's not goal setting. Ask, what do I really, really want? Next, categorize. There are generally 7 categories for anybody's life, but it depends on the individual. It can change. And it's not strict that you follow this framework. You can do it any way you want. But let me offer you this as a guide to consider. First of all, business, career, and financial goals. These are your what goals, your achievements, right? Next is your personal, family, and health goals. These are your reasons why you want to achieve your what goals, your business and your career goals. In other words, to enjoy your personal, family, and health goals. Does that make sense? Next is personal and professional development. These are your how goals. The how goals help you to achieve the what goals so that you can enjoy the why goals. What's important is that you have a balance of goals across all areas of your life, because I've had many clients in the past where they've been supremely successful in business, but their relationships were a mess, or they had a great relationship, but the physical health and fitness was a mess because they focused on one area where it was easier. Now, this next one might sound a bit odd, but it's really true, especially because we're saying set goals, set goals, set goals. But the truth is, it's not the achievement of the goal that's a measure of the success. The real goal is becoming the kind of person that can attract those goals into reality. There's a huge difference here. Imagine if somebody gives you £1 million today, believe me, you've got to work on becoming a millionaire pretty quick. Otherwise, you're going to lose every single penny of it. It's not the possession of the money that makes you a millionaire. It's the mindset and the attitude of a millionaire that will attract the million to you. So the overarching goal is for you to become the person, grow to become the person that's actually capable of achieving your business, financial, career, personal, health, fitness goals, etc. Once you get your head around that, you're really onto something special. Next, from all of your goals, pick one or find one, which is your major, definite purpose in life. So, for example, mine is to serve a minimum of 200 Warrior for Change coaching clients and help them to successfully embrace empowering change, go through transition and life transformation in the next 12 months. Every other goal I have feeds into that one, whether it's professional development, personal development, whether it's a skill set that I need to learn, or an attitude shift, or whatever it might be. My whole day, every day, is focused on that one pinnacle goal. And that's what I teach people to do during our goal setting masterclass too. Next, this is really, they're all really important, as you're probably gathering by now, but this one is a common failing that I've discovered over the years. Please make sure the goals that you're going for are the goals that you really want. And what I mean by that is if you're pursuing a goal because someone else has encouraged you to go for it or put their expectations on you to go for it, that's not your goal, that's their goal for you. That won't work because you'll never be engaged at the right level of intensity to get through the challenges and the trips and the falls that you're inevitably going to face along the journey. However, if you're pursuing what I like to call desire of the heart level of goals, I promise you, no matter what obstacles you face, because it's a desire, passion that you've ignited within yourself, nothing will stop you. You will just keep going and going and growing towards that goal, no matter what, because you're driven. This is the difference between motivated and inspired. Motivated means a push towards something. Inspired means pulled. You get pulled towards it, and anything and anyone that tries to get in the way will be just pushed aside automatically. It's like, have you ever been talking to someone and they tell you about something they have or they've just done, and you find yourself going, oh my God, I've always wanted to do that. That's a clue that whatever that thing is resides down here as a passion, not something up here as an idea. Or maybe you find yourself going, wow, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that too. Oh, have you had these? I've had, I often catch myself in it. These are the moments where you just notice what you're noticing and realize there's a reason why you reacted this way. These are the clues. Uncover the clues and you'll find the passions and the desires of your heart. So next, once you uncover the desires of your heart, now it's time to lock in and lock on. Lock them in and lock on. Make a 100% solid, non-negotiable commitment to yourself that this is your goal. Let me illustrate this with maybe health and fitness, because I think everybody either has or is or will face a health and fitness goal challenge at some point. So if you decide you want to achieve a certain weight or a certain body fat percentage, a certain shape, for example, and you plan to go to the gym 4 times a week to make that happen, then once you make the commitment, then that means that you've cut off all other options. The word decide means to cut off, incision, decision. One means to cut in, one means to cut off. So when you make a mental decision and cut off all other options, that's the commitment. It's a done deal. You don't have to waste time now in the morning when it's time to get up and go to the gym, if that's your choice. To go, should I go tomorrow? Should I go later? You know what it's like. The brain starts to negotiate all kinds of options because it's comfortable in bed. It's comfortable in the warm. And it doesn't want to get out of bed and go to the gym. But once you've made a decision, it's cut, it's decided, and it's the commitment, there's no room anymore for negotiation. And there are certain things I can show you and teach you to make this process easier so that it becomes a habit. So you literally wake up and get out and go to the gym. Just do it. Just get it done. No more negotiating. And this is the power of a decision. This is the power of making a commitment. And it's going to be really important as you go through your goal setting journey. And this is why Tony Robbins says it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is created. This leads very nicely to the next point, motivation. Most people wait to feel motivated to do something before they start to do it. No. It doesn't work that way. You have to first do it, and then you become motivated to keep doing it. So you have to learn to do things that you don't feel like doing, to exercise the muscle of discipline. Because if you need to go to the gym 4 times a week, but you only feel motivated to go twice a week, then you're not going to make the goal. It means that at least 2 times a week, you've got to push yourself. But then eventually what will happen is that will become the routine. That will become the habit. And you won't need motivation. You'll now move back into inspiration because of the results that you're getting. Does that make sense? So to recap, number 1, get serious about this goal setting process. It's a proven process that works. Second, categorize your life into chunks, manageable chunks, to make it easier for you to identify what it is that you really want. Third, decide and commit. 4, do it when you don't feel like it and become disciplined to drive yourself to do what needs to be done. If you want to have something you've never had before, you've got to start doing something you've never done. So my next piece of advice is this. Learn to live with fear. F-E-A-R. Feel the emotion and respond. As Dr. Susan Jeffers said, if you're growing, fear will always be around you, so you may as well get used to it. Tony Robbins said, your success is directly correlated to the amount of discomfort you can comfortably live with, because it's a fact. If you want to achieve big goals, personal growth pains are inevitable. There is no escape from it. Nobody gets to escape this. The growth process triggers alarm signals in the brain because you're moving into unfamiliar, new, uncharted territory for you. And what happens is our brains will trigger all these alarms, which will manifest as doubts, fears, overwhelm, quit signals, And it all becomes an everyday part of life once you start setting goals on a regular basis. It's a part of the journey, and it's what will take you from goal to great every single time. Those that get scared and overwhelmed and don't recognize it's a natural feature of growth will quit. But let me tell you what's great about all of this. Once you set your first significant goal and you get through to the other side and achieve it, something inside changes. I remember the moment when I got fit and back in shape. I was like, my God, I did it. There was like this drug in my brain saying, next, what's next, what's next? And I decided, even though with no qualifications, I decided I'll set up my own company. And yeah, there was some dialogue going on, but it didn't matter because I was fueled by the success of the first goal. And that's what will happen to you. You've probably already experienced it to some degree. So, and this is the great thing. You set that first goal, the brain fires this, wow, I can do this. And it gives you the confidence and the courage to go for the next thing. You start to find discipline. You start to find the encouragement from within yourself, as well as from outside, to fuel you through to the next thing. So my last tip for this video is this. Once you've identified the goal and the milestone points that lead to the achievement of that goal, I strongly advise that you schedule an achieve by date for each step. This is to avoid what I call decision drift. You decided that you want to achieve X, but because you didn't schedule it, there's no deadline, there's nothing to aim for, there's no end point in sight. And then when life crops up, and it will, you get blown off course and it causes obstructions, delays, procrastination, and you end up realizing it's too late now for this year. You abandon the goal, and once again, next January, you'll set another goal or make it a resolution, and it becomes something that, yeah, one day, maybe one day. Yeah, I always wanted to do that. I've heard this called the Spartan paradox, actually. It's like, when I get fit, I'll enter the marathon or the 10K or the 5K. When I get fitter, I'll start going to the gym. When I lose weight, I'll start running. Or when I get certified, I'll start a coaching business. When the kids go back to school, I'll start studying for my degree. You know, research and statistics show us overwhelmingly that these thoughts that we have are all what I call rationalizations. Let me say that in a different way. Rationalizations. They're designed to soften the pain and discomfort that we'll feel when we commit to doing something to ourselves and we really believe it in the beginning, but then because of our own weakness, we don't follow through. These rationalizations let you off the hook for not taking action and not doing what you know you needed to do to make the shift happen. The antidote: decide, commit, schedule it. Now, being honest, will you hit all of your scheduled targets on time every time? No, not a chance. But being totally honest with yourself and taking responsibility for not doing so. And by the way, let me say that word again, responsibility. Response, ability. Response, ability, ability to respond. I love it when people realize what that really means. It's the ability to respond to a new course of action to correct past mistakes. This will fuel your determination and strengthen your commitment for the next time. So you may miss a few deadlines, but you won't miss them all. So in short, never underestimate the power of scheduling your goals. And finally, as a bonus point, I'll throw this one in for extra. Always, please, please, please review and revise your goals regularly, never just once a year, never just goal setting is not a January thing. It's an all year round thing. It should be done at least 4 times a year, minimum 2. But with my coaching clients, we do it 4 times a year. And here's the reason. It's because as you start to grow and become the person that attracts those goals, the goals that you previously set 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months ago, too small for you now. You realize that through using the resourcefulness within inside of you, you can actually achieve more than you thought. And so this is the difference between ending up exactly where you wanted to be or straying into decision drift and not realizing that it's too late. So I strongly recommend you have at least quarterly goal setting and resetting to revise and keep this up to date as a working practice, as a working document as an enabler to the desires of your heart actually coming into reality. Finally, the most important critical success factor is this: learn a systemized goal-setting process that's proven to work. This is why I created the Achieve More in 24 goal-setting masterclass. Anyone can set a goal, but few get to achieve them. This process is built on over 2 decades of goal-getting, not just goal-setting. And I guarantee, if you apply the learning and commit and persist in pursuing these goals, you will achieve them. Without fail, it's impossible not to. And that's whether it's your personal goals or whether it's your business goals. It makes no difference, because when you change, everything in your life will change too. But it all begins with taking the first simple step. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to start to become great. And if this short video, just a few minutes, has been of value to you, imagine what we can do together in 6 hours. So what's next? To get started, all you have to do is to take the first next step. Decide. Decide that you want to be there. It's your decisions, not your conditions, that determine the quality of your life. Every decision you make in life is a vote for the future that you want. Don't do anything different, you're voting to stay the same. Decide to act now and book a place on this masterclass, you're voting for a very exciting, rewarding year ahead. So what's one decision you can make right now? One commitment you can make to yourself right now? One action you can take right now that will guarantee that you can achieve more in 24. I hope to see you on the next masterclass. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.